and I would love it if you kind of just I've been telling them a little bit about you before while we were waiting on you, and but I would love it if you could give them just like a quick little rundown of like when you started coaching, where you're at currently, whatever, and then you can just take it and do whatever you want.
Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, I've been a coach for 2-ish years, and I was just thinking this morning about New Leader and like how I met you. And you guys, I went to New Leader like not knowing what to expect, which most of us do. Like we don't know really what we're walking into. We don't really know everybody, but you become pretty good, I mean, like best friends, right? And I was just thinking about how I went to New Leader and like I felt like an odd one out before I met Allison. And I was like rooming with these moms and like I just didn't vibe with the people I was around. And then I think like I met Allison when we were like trying pre-workout or something. I don't remember. And then we just like hit it off and we started hanging out and going to like the parties together, and it was just awesome. And she like gave me one of her jackets to wear, like her leather jacket for my outfit. And it just is like that moment when, you know, that's what coaching is all about, you know, and not like aside from business, but more of just like the in-depth connections and the friendships. That's what I needed in my life, was like those things, you know. And now me and Allison, I mean, we talk and we connect on Instagram and all this stuff. So I really believe like all of that ties back into like your business, and that's why we go and find people to join our team. And I think even for my team, you know, a lot of them are scared to invite to coaching, and they're scared to like add to their team because they just think it's going to be like a salesy thing. But if you really like change that mindset around your business of like, you're just literally creating a friendship, I feel like everything changes. And I mean, yeah, I'm still 1-star. Like I haven't rank advanced since New Leader. I'm actually back. Yeah, I'm back in 1-star right now. Like I'm holding it. This is like the 3rd week. So, you know, and I was talking to my team the other day because we were doing like a diamond group, and I hit 1-star by myself, like with my grandpa's account a year and whatever, however many months ago. And this time around, I hit 1-star, like with a full team actually doing the work and showing up and hitting Success Club. And I wouldn't trade the world for that experience. Like I wouldn't trade the world to not hit 1-star again. So I feel like I needed that in my business. And it's like those little things, you know, just like the little failures that really push you forward. And that's something I really preach, is like failing forward. And instead of, you know, thinking about, oh, I failed at this, oh, I onboarded a coach wrong, oh, I set up my challenger, you know, in a different way than I set up my first one and it didn't work. And those are the little things that push us forward in the business. And like I said, I now have a team that I didn't have a year and 5 months ago, you know, at New Leader. I swear me and Allison were like talking about how we didn't have like any girls doing anything. And we were like, we need new teams. And we just were like hoping that new people would come, you know, our way. And like, we were just alone and we were doing it by ourselves. So, you know, I just feel like I've kind of been through some rough stuff in my business, but also have come out of it pretty good. So I kind of like, I didn't know what topic you wanted me to talk on. So I am pretty big about like building my brand on social media and not really like talking business. So I'm just going to share this. It's really like 4 slides, so it's not anything crazy.
No,
but I mainly use Instagram for my business. I just prefer it. I like stories. I like to show up on it. And Facebook, I just have like a lot of family and friends, like closer friends. So I do make it a point to like post on Facebook, but I'm not on there as much as my Instagram. So I really think like building your brand and not like being so business on your social media is how you're going to hit Success Club and how you're going to find new people to join you. Because nobody is attracted to a business, really. I mean, if you think about it, everyone is attracted to that brand that you're creating for yourself and for your business. Like you have to create a brand for your business. So like business is really like, what do? I'm a Beachbody coach. We help other women, men, you know, we help them get results. we empower them in our groups. That's what our business is. Brand wise, like for me, I'm a legging obsessed, F-bomb dropping, self-love preacher, baking maniac, travel junkie, mug collector. I'm obsessed with mugs. Girlfriend, sister, daughter, friend, non-alcoholic drinking, TikTok babe. So really like digging deep and finding your like 5 qualities. I don't know if you guys have heard, but a lot of coaches would be like, find the 5 things about you and like put them in your Instagram bio, you know? So not even that, but just like digging more deep and finding really like, who are you? You know, like for me, I love budgeting and I love like using cash envelopes and like all that stuff. I love it. So I share about it. You know, I have like really bad back acne because I get stressed out a lot. So I share about it. Like I share about things other than just fitness. And I really think that's how you attract people to you. You know, like I'm a mug collector. I love Ray Dunn and I have so many boxes of mugs in my bedroom, like in my closet. And people love that. They just like love seeing the little things in your life, you know, that really make you you and make you stand out, because there's not a lot of people that like to budget, not a lot of people that like saving money. We love spending money, right? So it's just the little things that will really stand out to people, and that's what builds your brand. There's a lot of people out there that drink alcohol, but I'm one of the ones that don't, because I have stomach issues. I just don't drink. I'd rather have like pre-workout all day and be like high off of pre-workout. So I mean, it's really just like, those are the people you want on your team, right? Like, I don't drink coffee, but I love mugs. It doesn't even make any sense, you know? And yeah, it's the little things. And that's what I go to someone's page for, is knowing that they're more than just fitness, and knowing that I can really like take a look at their page and know that they stand out aside from another person. And I don't want to follow someone that's just posting about fitness, that's just posting about Beachbody. I rarely even post on my page about like Beachbody anything. I mean, like I'll post a workout, but I don't even mention like the program or what, you know, what company it's through. I don't really post a lot about supplements on my page. You might see like a picture of me with pre-workout because I didn't have a picture for that day, but I never really post about Beachbody on my feed. Okay, so it is not about what you're selling, it's about how you sell it. So you're unique. We only get one of you. You know, we only get one Samantha. We only get one Christy. And it's just, you have to go into social media thinking about that. Like, what do I want to put out there that other people, maybe other Christies in the world aren't sharing on their pages, you know? Fitness is just one part of your life, and so is Beachbody. And I tell my girls that all the time, you know, you're 80% you and 20% Beachbody. Like Beachbody should not take over your whole life, especially coaching. Like we shouldn't just be sharing all about our work day and like what we're doing for coaching. We have to be sharing other aspects of life. So like I love baking, so I post recipes on my page. I love mugs, so I put like a mug picture. I love traveling, so I like did a suitcase picture. I'm always posting pictures about traveling. Those are like my budget envelopes. I love cussing, I guess. I don't love it, but I just do it all the time. And I just like love the little pick me up reminders. And especially for myself, like I need that self-love kind of like push you type of reminder. So I do a lot of that on my page. And then me and my boyfriend make TikToks and I make TikToks. So I'm always posting like dance videos, stupid stuff, just for laughs, you know, just for fun. So that's just me. And I feel like everyone knows that on Fridays, they can expect TikTok on my page from me every Friday.
Yeah. And Baylee, I think like what is so great about like your page is that you like, it's so much fun. Like even me, like I'm a coach already, whatever, like I enjoy like seeing what you're going to post next, because it's almost like you're super consistent in like what you share about, but it's also always something like unique and something fun and something that is like not just the same old stuff that everybody is posting. And so I think that is something that people are like really drawn to with you, is that it's something that it can be like a little unexpected. Like the video of y'all eating the fruit roll-ups, like it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, like I've, you know, like I think even last week I went to some coach's page and I didn't even follow her, but she just popped up in my Explore, and all she has on every single picture is a workout video with like the typing on it. And that's it. Like every single square on her profile is a workout, like workout moves from a Beachbody program. And it's just not attractive. Like I wouldn't go follow her unless I was really looking for workouts or just wanted to like see workouts every single day. That's all she posts. And I'm like, it's not even you, you know, and not even just that, but like I'm an athlete for a clothing company, and they look for like core values. And that's kind of what I think about Beachbody is like, you have to have those core values of being able to be like standing out and being able to like have a good selfie game. You know, you have to be able to take pictures and like making those core values for yourself, for your business, and like setting those standards, you know, like I have to post more than just fitness. I have to post more than just, you know, Beachbody supplements or coaching or boot camps. And like with the clothing company, they were adding new members to the team because they like stood out with the core values. But I went to this girl's page and all she does is post workouts. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like you're not showing core values. So showing core values is how you're going to attract people and how you're going to prove to yourself that you can really stand out and build that brand for yourself, because people want to keep coming back for more. You know, they want to keep coming back. It's basically like a Netflix show. It's like a TV show. Your stories, I mean, like I try to make my stories throughout my day of just like my whole life, not just, you know, my workouts. And I want people to like be sitting there and not just tapping through because it's something boring, right? So really just being unique and being yourself. So number one is really like making your page attractive. So, I mean, if you post like stock photos or quotes, you know, like some coaches do like the quotes, that's great. But I recommend not using any like stock photos from Google. Like just make it yourself. Always be using your own pictures. You know, get ready. Like don't be a bum. I mean, I could sit here all day in just leggings and an oversized shirt and just with my hair up and looking like a greasy mess. But I make it a goal at least 3 to 4 times a week to get ready, shower, put makeup on. Even though we're staying at home, I'm still going to do it because I can take pictures. I can feel good inside and out. It just really like helps me, you know, it boosts my confidence. So I really recommend getting ready. Like get ready. Don't be a bum every single day. Purchase a preset. So I use presets on my photos. And it's really just like a filter for your photos. It kind of makes it stand out, but it also, the thing I love about it is it makes your page look consistent in color. So it's not like you have like a black and white photo and then you have a colored photo. So it's everything looks the same, but it's still like standing out to someone's eye. Using natural lighting. So like windows, you know, being outside, not in like a dark room. When I got on this call, like this room was really dark. I wouldn't take a photo in here with flash. Like just thinking of, you know, go outside, go in your backyard, go on a walk and take photos by a tree, like do different things. Don't just take a photo in your kitchen every single day and post it on Instagram. And then, yeah, your social media is your storefront. So that's what I've said since I started coaching. Like I always think of my Instagram page as my storefront. So I want people attracted to it, because if they walk into my store and they watch my story and they look at my page and it's unattractive, or they didn't find a piece that fit them, then they're going to leave and it's not going to keep them coming back to my page. So just kind of thinking of it as like they're walking into a store and you're going to offer help. But if you're not showing up, and if if you didn't even walk up to them and ask them, hey, do you need help? They're going to leave your page, right? So kind of like making a store comparison. Number 2 is creating fans, not followers. So really like I said, you want them coming back to your page. They aren't just your followers. Like you should be connecting with these people on a deep level and really thinking like, I could be best friends with this girl in real life. Like honestly, this girl liking my photos all the time, I just wish we were best friends in real life. I feel like we're best friends. That's what you want. You know, you're not the main subject. Your page shouldn't be all about you, which sounds stupid, but like people don't want to see just you because they see you on your stories. They want to see, you know, your boyfriend, your husband, your relationship, your marriage, your favorite foods, you know, your pizza party on a Friday, like you camping in the backyard because it's quarantine. They want to see all of that stuff. they don't just want to see you. So making sure you're not the main subject of your page. Own your truths and struggles. So, live through the bad and the good, share it. Don't just share the good and be perfect. People want to see every aspect of your life and every aspect of you struggling, because that's what's going to make them relate to you. They're going to relate through your struggles. Yesterday I talked about how when the pre-workout hit, like I have to always go to the bathroom, and it brought out so many people like, oh my God, I thought I was the only one, like not even just with pre-workout, but like having to like go poop before you work out. Like I was like, who else out there like has to go poop before they work out? And it just is like those little things that people are like, okay, this girl is like really human. Like she's funny, like I relate to her, whatever. So it's even just those little things that you share about that are like, it's the truth. Like I literally can't work out if I don't go poop in the mornings. Like I just can't do it. So I shared about it, and that's just something that brought out people, and we were just laughing about it, and it was funny. So stop trying to connect with everyone. Like you're not going to connect with everyone. There's going to be certain people on social media, like in the conversations that say no, maybe they just weren't your people. Like maybe they just had something not in common with you. You just won't connect with everyone, and you can't please everyone on your page. And add value. So, every time you post or every time you post a story, ask yourself, like, how is this serving my followers? How is this serving my fans? Like when you go to a concert, they always make sure to like please you. They always make sure to have a good show, so that you're entertained. So make sure like you are always asking yourself, how is this post going to serve them? And if it's not going to serve them, and it's kind of just like something you put out on the whim, like because you're busy and you just didn't have something to put out, don't put it out. Just hold back, hold it in, and then post later, because you want your post to be serving them. And that's when I go down to captions. So this is the last one. This is like a caption from one photo, and it was just talking about like flaws. Like everyone has flaws. And I was talking to like that one girl, that one girl that can't stop picking herself apart about like the things on her body. She can't stop just like, talking down on herself. And I was talking to like that one girl, and I swear this post got so much engagement. And it was, I think, a picture of, what was it? I think it was a picture of my back acne in my bathroom. Like, no joke. That's what it was. And I was just like, that day I felt like shit. And I was like, oh my God, like my back's ugly. And I was like wanting to wear like a jacket because it was so disgusting. And that's the caption that people love. Like that realness and that rawness is what people are wanting to see. They don't want to see just like one quote, like she did it because she thought she could, like they don't want to see like one liner captions. They want to see that more in-depth caption so that they can relate with you. And you using those power words like, I was destroying my body. Before I started, working on my nutrition, I was just like using those bigger words that people are like, oh my God, like, yes, I'm destroying my body too. Like I need help. And also like talking in numbers, like if you post a transformation, talk in numbers. Like 21 days ago, I, was feeling sluggish. I had no energy. 80 days ago, 6 weeks ago. Like, so people are like, 6 weeks ago, what? Like, what'd you do? Like I want more information if that only took 6 weeks. So talking in numbers and making sure like, you're not just saying, these are my results from Barblend. Like, this is what happened throughout the whole program. If you want information, join me. Versus 6 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, what was Barblend? 6 weeks ago, something like that. I felt this way. And this is how my body changed over time. And if you're looking for the same thing, then message me. So it's kind of like different of how you approach the post and how you type out that caption. So really like speaking to the girl that's reading. And I feel like even when I read Allison's post, she's speaking to like one girl. She's speaking to like that person reading. So go to her page and look at her stuff, like look at her captions. I feel like a lot of my coaches don't even come to my page and read my stuff really. Like they don't really like read my captions. But if they did, they would know all this information already. I wouldn't have to like tell them, build your brand, don't always put your business out there, and always typing up a caption, speaking to that one girl. I think at NLC we got told to speak on our stories and like say, hey girl on your stories. Do you remember that? And so Allison, like, I think the next day she was like, hey girl, and she was like talking on her stories to that one person. I swear that happened. Like, they told us to do that. And that's like, I think that's genius. Like, always just talking to like that one girl, on your stories and in your posts. So
yeah, they did tell us that. And it feels so weird doing it because that like more than just one person is watching your story or reading your post or whatever. But it's like when you're trying to speak to everyone, you're going to end up speaking to no one because not everyone is going to relate to your story. Not everyone is going to love you. Not everyone is going to think that you're funny or like your content because it's just not possible. It's like you cannot please everyone and you're not for everyone. You're not meant to be, but you are meant for the people who are your people. So, and your people are the people who are just like you were before you started this. So thinking back to, okay, if I've been a coach for a year or if I just completed, like Christy, you just completed Bar Blend for the first time and you're going into it for a second time, like taking time to think back to like, okay, what was my life like before I started this? And what is it like now? And speak to that version of yourself from 8 weeks ago and think like, okay, what was I struggling with? Because that girl who is struggling with the same things that you are is the girl that you are really going to speak to and be able, like, that's the girl who you're going to be able to help the most because she's going through exactly what you did. And look where you are now. So I love all of that. That was so good, Baylee.
yeah, that's all I have. It was just really short, but I mean, it's really valuable. Like when it doesn't have to be complicated. When you're posting on social media, when you're showing up, just make sure you're being consistent. Like it all goes back to consistency and just showing up for your fans. Like you see all these country music people out there, like the artists and all the singers, like they're showing up on their social media because they have millions of fans out there watching them. And if they didn't show up, their fans would fizzle away. They'd go be a fan for someone else on a country music album, right? So just thinking about like, you don't want to lose your people, right? And when you're growing your following and you're growing the eyes on your page, just making sure it's coming from a genuine place all the time. Like, could I really be best friends with this girl in real life? Do I want her on my page? Do I want to connect with her? Do I want to have a conversation with her? And just really making it a goal to show up every single day on your stories, at least post 5 stories a day, at least post something on your feed every day or every other day, and making that commitment to yourself will really help your business. So yeah, that's what I have.
Yep. I could not agree more. Do you guys have any questions for her about anything with Instagram or posts or anything that she talked about? I'll unmute you guys. And we can just kind of chat for a minute if y'all want to. Christy's still muted.
Okay.
Sorry, Christy, go ahead.
No, sorry, you're fine, man. Go. I just had a real quick.
I was going to ask, what is one, I guess your favorite way to kind of grow your following? Like I asked Allison about it and she suggested, like to look at, maybe some small town boutiques that I like to shop at here in Winchester, and then, look at who is also following them, or, and like I try and look at hashtags that I may use that, and then look for people that way. But then I feel like I find people who are already doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just sent Allison she can share these graphics with you because it'll just make it so much easier. Just because I'm a visual person. So when you look at that, it's just so much easier. But really, like what I do is when I connect with new women, like for instance, I love Luke Combs. Like I listen to his stuff every single day. I love it. So something I could do is go to his page and go to the people that are commenting on his stuff, right? Because they also love Luke Combs. I mean, who's following Luke Combs that isn't obsessed with him, right? So I will go through his comments and kind of just like and it takes time. It takes time to find girls to follow. It does. You know, and I'll just kind of scroll through and look at their pages. And if they stand out to me, I'll follow them. And the next part is saving them to a collection. So I don't go and like their stuff. I don't go and comment. I don't take my time out to do that yet. I will save them into, do you know like the little boards on Instagram, like the little bookmark?
Um,
The picture.
yes.
I think we've talked about it a little bit. Like you can bookmark it, and then when you do that, you can save it to a collection, and you can create different collections. So like some coaches do it like based per month. They make like a new board for each month. That way when you are going down your tracker and you need to like connect and engage with people, you can just go straight to your collection, to your board, and you have all of your people right there who you're focusing on like building a relationship with. So it makes it a lot easier, and you're a lot more consistent with actually like engaging with them every single day.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier. And it just like, then I'll go back to that board, like say tomorrow, if I go save people to it today, I'll go back to it tomorrow and I'll go like on their photos. I'll go comment, and I'll take time out of my day to do that. So like today could be a part of my power hour where I'm just finding the girls and following them and saving them to the board. And then tomorrow's part of the power hour is when I'm going to go love on their page, you know? So it kind of just helps. That way you're not spending so much time following all these people, and then you like lose who you just followed 2 days ago, and you're like, well crap, now I don't even know who I followed. So yeah, like I just keep one going for like boot camp, and then I just keep one going for like dream team of someone I'd invite to coaching that I would hope would respond to me. But you know, it's just, it really helps like saving them into collections, and it'll help your following. Like if you have a low following and you want to grow it, that's the number one way I've grown my following, is just finding those girls and really like commenting on their photos and being, you know, like a genuine human being, and just kind of like supporting them. So that's a really good question.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I know that's definitely something that we all struggle with. Like, I know that is like the hardest thing for me, honestly, is like growing my following and connecting with new people. And that's kind of the place where I'm at in my business right now, is I've really kind of explored everyone who's currently in my like network. And I am at the point where it's like, okay, Allison, you've got to bring in new people to your page, or your business is not going to keep growing. So that's something that I have got to like, I'm going to start setting my little timer. I have this little cube, and I'm going to have to start setting this and being like, okay, you have to devote this time to finding new people who you want to connect with. And that's literally the hardest thing for me, because I'm such an introvert that I'm like, creating new friendships is like the hardest part. But then like once I bridge that gap, it's the best part, because then I have like all of you who are here and we're like best friends now. So it's like you just have to tell yourself that. It's like you have to get past that hard part of like, it's like meeting somebody new. It's exactly the same, even though it's online. So
Yeah,
that was a really good question.
and like just thinking about like what attracted you to Allison, you know, like you want to be that person for someone else. You want to be that person that they can be attracted to. So going and finding the girls that maybe needed what you needed from Allison, you know, like finding the girls that needed that piece, and why you even responded to Allison's message, or why you messaged her, you know, why you even joined her team. So kind of like thinking, like I don't really know why I joined my coach's team, but like just thinking about, well, I needed that community, but she kept following up. She kept pushing me. She kept coming to my page or my photos and like supporting me. And she was just like being so genuine, you know, and she was so sweet. And she just really like had a place in her heart for me before I even joined her team. So doing that for other girls, being that person, and just going and connecting with them and showing up every single day to their posts. Through your power hours, you're showing up to every photo that they post. That's how you're going to get them to come back to you, because they're like, well, dang, she's consistent. You know, like I see her on my page every day. So I feel like that's like a really important part of my power hour, is connecting. And I'm an introvert too. Like I was never good at making friendships. I was never good at initiating them or anything around friendships, you know, and I was always like that third person in a friendship out of the two girls. So that's became like my favorite part of my power hour, because I love having new pages or eyes on my page. And I just love, finding new women out there. Like I love finding new girls to connect with and just seeing like what they're doing, what are they posting? Like I don't really connect with the girls that are like in sororities. I just like think some of their pages are fake. I don't like some of their photos. So I don't connect with their profile, and that's okay. Like if that's your target, go connect with sorority girls, go connect with hat loving girls or whatever it is. Those are just the people you have to find. And that goes back to building your brand. Like, who are you? Do you love metal straws? Go find the other girls that love metal straws. Do you love wearing jeans at home? Go find the girls that love wearing jeans, because I don't. And just finding like those girls that really are you, like a clone of you, will help too. So
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Christy, what was your question?
Okay, so like it's like a two-part question. Like the first part was, you said on your making your page attractive and you purchase a preset for your pictures. Like I'm zero clue what that means.
I can show you all. You can get them on Etsy. You can get them on, we'll talk about that later. You can get them on Etsy. They're literally like $2 or $3. They're super cheap. And you just use them with the app. It's called Adobe Lightroom. It's so easy. You download the preset into the app, and then every time you want to put it on your picture, it's literally like you click one button and it's like magic. It makes your pictures so much better.
Okay, well that's what I need. And then my second question is like, so I'm a new coach from like January, so I'm just a few months into this, and like I've kind of found my groove for inviting to the accountability group, but like I have zero confidence on inviting to coaching. Do you have like this one itty bitty like power tip for me to like help me, I don't know, just get my groove with that, because I struggle.
It's funny because like I've been in the business for 2 years and I hate inviting to coaching. It's
Same.
just like,
it's so hard.
I think the biggest thing that's helped me is just talking about it on my stories rather than inviting personally. Every Thursday I make it a goal to talk about coaching, because it's like payday, it's recognition day. So I just keep it on Thursday. No reason, it's just easier. And I just talk about coaching. Like if you have a team call, like today, after the team call, post a boomerang and be like, we do these team trainings every week. We just get together on a Saturday morning. We talk about life. We have a coffee chat. We have a training. And that's what you get in your business. And that's what, helps you move your business forward. I'm looking for the girl that really like needs community, needs something on a Saturday like this, needs a little side hustle. So you can really turn anything into like a story about coaching. And I think that's just what has helped me, is talking about it every week on my stories. It's really rare if I invite someone to coaching. It's usually like a challenger I've had that wants to be a coach, or someone that comes to me about coaching. Like I used to invite to coaching, and I think that's what really like shot my hopes down, is those are the girls that told me like, no thanks, like F your MLM, like all the things. They gave me all the objections. And that's why I hate inviting to coaching. So, and I don't even post like the influencers wanted on my page. Like I don't do any of that. I just keep it really simple. And I talk about coaching on my stories. And I feel like, my posts can get 100 likes, they can get 500 likes, and my story views are over 1,500. So it's like, if you weigh it out, there's probably the same people that are liking all your other posts that are going to like your coaching post. And there's going to be new people on your stories looking at your stories about coaching. So I just think stories are more beneficial, and the people watching will be like, what is she doing? Like, what is this? On a Thursday, like talk about how your paycheck helped you. Like, don't even say numbers, but just say like, a month ago or in January, I couldn't even afford to get a full tank of gas, and now with coaching, I can. It's just like the little things. And I think that's what makes people like their eyes open. That's what makes you stand out, is just talking about that on your stories. Recognizing, even if you don't have coaches on your team, if I tell my girls, like, if someone on our team hits Emerald or someone on our team signs someone up, shout them out like on your stories. Like one of my teammates just signed up, like her first girl, and shout someone else out on your team. You know, if you don't have any challengers yet, shout them out from Allison's community. You know, like post a picture on your story of like other girls in your community. It doesn't always have to be like your people. And I feel like a lot of coaches think it has to just be like your team you shout out or your people, you know, and I don't know. I feel like you could do it from any page or any community that you have. So, and just really like I said, just talk about it on your stories. I feel like that's been most beneficial for me. Like we had that coaching webinar on Tuesday with Carl, like on Zoom or whatever, or no, live video. We did it on Zoom together and we watched it, but I just talked about coaching right after. Like I posted a video about it. I invited to it on my stories, you know, vote here if you want the link, if you've been watching me. And then I had a couple girls interested and they got on it. Just from like saying, you know, if you've been watching me and you want to know what I'm doing, vote here. Like I'd love to get you on this call with us. So it's very rare, but you'll have people out there that are really interested on your stories. So I feel like that's
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Because we are kind of doing the same thing that you're doing with your diamond push. So we're doing sort of the same thing this month and really pushing just to like get everybody super consistent with hitting Success Club and just like going Emerald like over and over again to help you build to diamond. So that's what we're focusing on. And one question that I wanted to ask you is kind of like, what is your process, I guess, of inviting? Like, how do you look at that? Because I think you probably do it totally different than I do. And just totally honest, like, I feel like I need to find a new way to do it that feels better. And I don't know, I just want to get a different perspective on that, especially like to help them with as well, because kind of inviting is kind of one of the hardest parts that we're dealing with right now as a team.
Yeah, so I think that all comes with connection. Like I know some coaches that right off the bat, if they get a new follower, they'll invite them. But that was me. Like I used to do that. It never worked. So it's really like trial and error, like figuring out what doesn't work, how to fix it, do something new. So now like throughout connecting, like once I've actually connected with girls or they're coming and liking my stuff and I've never invited them, I'll invite them because they're already in my storefront or watching my stories. But if it's someone like I just followed a week ago, I'm not going to go invite them. I'd rather take that time to connect with them and really like provide value to their life and bring them back to my page. So like for me, I don't send out more than like 15 invites a week. Like I just don't invite people because I feel like I'm inviting on my stories already. You know, like me posting all the stuff I do in my stories, it's an invitation to join me. So every coach is different. I personally just don't invite a lot of people because I just don't do it. I guess there's really no reason to do it. I just don't do it. But
no, I think that's a really good point though. Like, and I almost feel like for me, like, I don't know if anybody else ever feels like this, but I like set these goals for my business every single day. And if I don't do it, like if I don't get my 10 invites sent out every day, like I almost feel like I'm failing as a coach, and it makes me lose like the joy of doing it. And it's like, okay, take that off, like take that expectation off and just focus on like adding value to people and connecting with people. And I think that's where I had kind of like gotten off course, is because like when I started my business, like inviting just like everyone right off the bat is what you were taught to do. And it worked for me. Like I literally like cold invites worked for me for a very long time. And it's like now that doesn't work. So it's like pivoting, because I almost feel like if I'm not inviting, then I'm like wasting time. Like just worrying, like finding new people to follow or like engaging, connecting with people in my brain for some reason doesn't feel like I'm working my business. Does that make sense? Because I'm such like a type A, like I'm an Enneagram 1 where I'm like, okay, I have to like check off all the things. But I love how you kind of switched it to focus more on like connecting and building relationships, and then you don't have to invite so much because it's just so organic thing. Because I mean, Success Club last month, what did you have, like 50 something?
Yeah, like 57 or something, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like figuring out what works the best for you, and like she said, trial and error. Like what works for her and what works for me is going to be a little bit different. And you have to think of this, like when you said that, I was like, we have to think of this like a business. Like if we were running like any other kind of business and we had some kind of like marketing plan that was not bringing in new customers, we would not keep doing it over and over. Like you would like reevaluate and pivot and do something different until you find something that works. So like taking that mindset into this business is so important. So if whatever you've been doing, like Chrissy Dillon, for example, like whatever you've been doing has been working really well. Like you hit Success Club your first 2 months as a coach, like you're getting ready to be a success starter. So like what you're doing is working. But like if you know you're putting in the time on your business every single day, but you're not hitting the goals that you want to hit, then let's reevaluate. Let's think about what you are doing and what we could make changes on to see better results.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like when I message my new followers, it's basically an invite. Like there's other ways. I don't feel like you have to directly invite someone. Like there's other ways to do it, through your stories, through connecting with them, through a new follower message. Like my new follower message at the end, it says like, my DMs are always open if you're looking to join a fun accountability group of women. And yesterday I sent it and this girl was like, what is that? I'm interested. And she's pregnant. And I was just like, we were talking back and forth, like, are you doing workouts? Like she wants to stay healthy through a pregnancy. So that's an invite, because that could be a conversation that ends up her signing up in my boot camp, So, and that was just messaging her like, thanks for following me. That wasn't even like a direct invite. So really like thinking outside the box and like changing your messages. I sent you the new follower message. You could like look at it, but that's kind of something I got more response from than rather just saying like, hey, thanks for following me. Like, I hope I can provide value in your life. Have a good day. Like, that's it. It's just like you closed off the conversation. But when I hear, if someone sent me that message and it said like, my DMs are always open if you're looking to chat or ever join my online fitness accountability group, I'd be like, what is that? Like what I want to know. So thinking outside the box and kind of like switching things around, that's a type of invite. A lot of coaches would say it's not, like, that's not an invite. That kind of is, because it sparks conversations, and anything that sparks conversation is an invite in my book, because you're providing value and you're connecting with them over conversation. So
yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Yeah, like I'm not a coach that sends 50 invites a day, and I kind of relate with the goal thing. Like if I said, I need to power hour for 3 hours today, if I don't get it done or whatever, if I don't send out 10 coach invites, I don't make those goals for my business. I sit down, I work, and whatever gets done, gets done. Like I'll follow a tracker. And once I'm done with that tracker and I send out 5 invites, 5 follow-ups, 5 coaching invites, I'm done. Like that's my power hour. I'm done. And I'll come back 3 hours later and work again for another hour, and that's it. Like that's how I've built my business. And maybe you get on a structured power hour on Zoom and you follow a PowerPoint, or you follow a Beachbody Champions power hour. Like that could be your work hour. As long as you're being productive, you're getting stuff done. And I feel like setting those goals and expectations can really just like hurt your mindset around the business, because then you feel like you did fail as a coach. I've felt that multiple times. So I just stopped making those goals. And I feel like even after not making those goals anymore, I get more done, because I'm just so much more eager, and I have that joy behind fighting. I have that joy, behind following up with people. And it's not something where it's like, who's my 10th person? Like, who am I going to follow up with? And it's just like, it flows and it comes naturally. So that's also kind of like what I focus on, is just sitting down, getting in the mindset of working and no distractions, and then getting done what I can get done. And I don't beat myself up over what I didn't get done.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that because that's something that I need to do is like you want it to be where like you're excited to sit down and work, not that you're dreading it because you're like, oh my gosh, where are my 10 people? Like who are the 10 people I'm going to invite today? Like no, like if you need like just switch your focus on, okay, how can I add value to the people who are already following me today, and let's spend some time trying to connect with new people, because that is our goal. Like with coaching, we're coaches because we want to help people, so we have to have people coming to our page to help. So like just getting into that mindset of focusing on like why you're coaching and not so much like I have to send out 15 messages today, or I have to spend however much time like on my stories or whatever. Like just be you and share your life and what you're doing, and like don't stress so much about like all the numbers, which is hard for me to say because I'm like somebody who worries about that stuff. But I think this was so super helpful.
I feel like I've had a couple coaches, especially like in the past week, and I don't know if it's like personal life stuff or really like business, but they told me like I need to step back and just like refine that joy behind why I even became a coach. And I'm not one that pushes rank. I don't push Emerald. I push just like showing up for yourself and being consistent. Like, those are my two top things. I want to see you on team calls. I want to see you showing up every week. I want to see you on your stories, and I want to see you in the app logging your workouts and your shakes. That's what I focus on as like a brand new coach. I don't say like you need to hit Emerald in 21 days. You need to hit Success Club. You need to hit Success Starter, because I feel like that all comes naturally. So when a coach tells me I lost the joy behind coaching, that's a personal thing, right? Like that's a personal problem and a mindset switch you have to make. So if you ever lose joy in this business, it's because you're pushing yourself too hard and you're not seeing the results that you wanted. You're setting too high of expectations and you're setting too big of goals. You have to baby step it and backtrack, reverse engineer how you're going to get to Emerald, how you're going to get to Ruby, how you're going to get to Diamond, how you're going to help 3 people a month. It doesn't have to be you come into this business and you didn't hit Success Club the first month and now you want to quit as a coach because you didn't see success. Well, your actions have to match up to hitting Success Club and hitting Emerald and hitting all these things, right? So that really hit me when she was like, I lost the joy behind being a coach. And I just like had to think about it. She is like really hard on herself. You know, it's all within her, and it's nothing like you did wrong as a coach. So that's something else. Like, you know, if you ever lose joy, backtrack your goals. Like take baby steps and make sure like you're showing up for your damn self. Like you're showing up, you know, for your workouts and your nutrition, your water intake. Like, are you focusing on yourself enough to be able to show up and help people? And that's what I ask myself every day. Like, do I need to take a day off from coach work because I haven't focused on eating good in like 7 days? You know, so just like asking yourself those little things, because all of that matters in your business. All of it matters in moving forward. Is like, you can't be trashing your body with horrible food and feeling like crap and be able to show up for these people and talk about fitness and feeling good, right? Like it doesn't go hand in hand. So that's another aspect of like coaching does hold you accountable because you want to show up and feel good for these people. So that's just, I don't know if that made sense, but when you don't find the joy in your business, like you have to take a step back and just refresh and figure out like why you even became a coach in the first place. You know, like make sure you are taking care of yourself too. So
yeah, because that's like our number one thing is like focusing on your own journey first. So it's like you can't pour from an empty cup. So you can't expect to help other people if you're not focused on yourself. And it doesn't feel like, for me at least, if I'm not working out and focusing on nutrition, like it doesn't feel right for me to try to like preach it to other people if I'm not living it myself. And so like, I agree with Baylee, like that's what's so great about coaching with holding you accountable, is because like you have to show up for yourself if you think that you're going to be able to show up for other people. So was all really awesome. So it's been almost an hour. So I want to wrap things up and be respectful of Baylee's time because I know she's probably got a lot to do today too. Any like last minute questions? And of course, if there's anything that y'all think of afterwards that you want to ask her, you can let me know. You can message her or like I can relay it to her. But I'm sure she'll be happy to answer questions later too.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm good.
So are we
You did
good?
fantastic. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Baylee. We appreciate it. So if you ever need somebody, want somebody to speak on your calls, let me know. I don't know what to speak about, but I'm more than happy to return the favor.
Of course. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to stop recording.